Dumbling, it's your boy Ash. Hope you guys are doing well, because they're having a wonderful day. We just finished watching the movie Venom, which I thought it was a movie about muck, but apparently it's a movie about Venom. So I did a review already, but there's a lot of noise and I'm in the theater. So I'm gonna do the second review. That is, I feel like a lot of people. Okay, I'm gonna do two reviews. The first one is in a theater. We're alone. There's a lot of music, but it's kind of cool because we're in a theater. This one is at the theater. We can see here the theater. So the first of all, that movie I fucked up really bad. I went on the internet and I checked the schedule, and the schedule said that movie started at 4:15, but it wasn't 4:15. It was like when I came in. Listen, I arrived there at 4:15. The movie is an hour 50. It might have finished like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But at the very end, I missed a lot of it. But at the same time, it was a really good movie. If you like Venom, you're gonna love this movie. If you like Eddie Brock, you're gonna love this movie. If you like the universe of Spider-Man, you're gonna love this movie. There's a lot of cameo regarding people. For example, you got Dr. Connor from Amazing Spider-Man, which is possibly in a different dimension, right? Because. And yeah, so long story short, the movie is about, what I love about the movie, I'm gonna do the same thing as we did in there. It's the first movie, I'm the only guy in costume, dude. It's Halloween, I don't understand. Oh, bro, I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. Fuck the world. If you gotta be alone, gotta be alone. So long story short, the first movie, what I love about the first movie is, how can I say that? The first movie is about Venom infecting Brock. And Brock wanted to get rid of Venom, but understanding that he needs Venom to save the world. There's a pro to having Venom. He needs Venom and he's depending on Venom. Now in the second movie, it's like, okay, well, me and Venom are working together. There's villain, we can take care of small criminal. However, because of Venom, I created a bigger criminal, which is Carnage. And I know that me and Venom needs to be doing we need to work together. The best part of the second movie isn't even the movie. The best part about the second movie is the very ending. So the very ending is when Brock and Venom are able to go, they're able to win the battle because their symbiosis is perfect. Because the way they're acting together is perfect. So because they're acting together perfectly, then it doesn't really matter if, oh, well, this guy is strong, we're stronger. So the second movie is about that, it's about the teamwork. Third movie in my head is amazing. It's very sad. To me, I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be a sad movie, but the third movie to me was almost perfect. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it, even if I missed fucking 20 minutes of it. The reason is, okay, you got Brock, right? And Brock is really accepted the fact that he's Venom. So Brock comes in and he's like, okay, well, guess what? I'm not gonna be Eddie Brock anymore. I have to be Venom, right? It's not the life I wanted, but it's the life that I have. They're like, okay, this happened, this is cool, this is okay. And he runs away. So he goes to a country where he left in peace, which is nice. Then he's pushing to the action, and he meets a family, and the family are going for Alien. The nicest part about the family is the father is Dr. Connor from Amazing Spider-Man. And we know that he ends up being Dr. Lizard, but he keeps talking about that dark energy, which is possibly a hint that he has a life where he's a bad guy, and Eddie Brock could be considered a bad guy. Venom, for a lot of people, will be a bad guy. There's a lot of timeline where Venom is a bad guy. So he's like, okay, well, where have you? And he's a bit cuckoo. So when Eddie goes there, and there's a really sweet scene. And I gotta say, the pros of the movie is really the music. There's this really sweet scene where Major Tom to ground control. The whole family sing this song, right? And they're sweet and they're weird. And Eddie kind of fits there. And he's like, and Venom tells him, I feel like we would have been happier if we lived this life. And Eddie's like, yeah. So again, it's the simple fact that Eddie gave up on the fact that he is Eddie, but he is instead Venom, right? So it's kind of cool. And then we have multiple songs like this during the movie, which is really, like there's this one, the ending is cool because it's Post Malone, I Had Some Help, which is Venom and Brock, they were teamwork. Glad I had some help. What can I say else? The movie, the fighting is great. The fighting is great. I always had a weakness for Venom. I always liked the characters of Venom. I always liked the symbiote. The short story. I was born in the 90s. In the 90s, there was a show of Spider-Man. One of the first arc in there is Venom. So I always had this weak spot for Venom. The fact that we have a lot of symbiotes. We have a lot of symbiotes, which is cool because you see different symbiotes and you see different ability, and like, oh, that's cool. To me, this is very much like the Green Lantern. So you're able to use this ability, and it's only a way of perceiving. So the different Venom, and it's kind of cool because it's not only the way you decide how to fight. That Venom, that symbiote, has a personality, and that personality might prefer to do this and that, and you just follow. My little problem with the movie is Venom, which is considered a monster. Now there's a bigger monster, which is Null. I'm going to talk about Null in a second. The bigger monster is like, okay, well, we need to fight this guy. We'll have the symbiote, and the labs people are like, yo, I'm possessed by a symbiote. There's no problem at all. There is no problem at all. So that's good. What can I say else? The fact that there's Null, I like Null as a villain. I really like Null as a villain. My only problem with Null is you present him in the movie as this big. So you have the possibility for a Venom 4, a Venom 5, a Venom 6 if you introduce Null correctly. But you don't. You place a character that is possibly a big guy, but he's in prison, right? So his power is very limited. And I would have liked more Null, right? And finally, the very, very end is once again, there's a moment in this movie, there's a moment where he's in a casino, he's in Las Vegas, he's having fun, and you feel good for Eddie because Eddie is a victim. For example, right, Peter Parker, which is the same universe. Peter Parker, in a lot of timeline, he is Spider-Man, but it's a secret. There's a couple of timeline where he has the Parker industry, where kind of like a Sony Stark industry, very similar, and he's living the best of life, which I fucking love. So Venom, sad movie, very sad movie. And it's not so much about the movie being sad. If you look at it, the movie it's very energetic. There's a lot of action, right? The part that is sad is the way Tom Hardy portrayed Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock is tired. Eddie Brock kind of gives up on being normal. It's like, yo, you need me, I'm there, but I don't want to be there. He's kind of being pushed. And what I absolutely adore. And I'm gonna have to go back to the scene in the camping van where he meets the family. You see Eddie, and you can see that he has like a bag under the eye, and he's really, really, really tired. So I really like that because they show that Eddie isn't himself. Not himself in the fact that he's Venom, in the fact that he's not healthy. So yeah, pretty much it. Love the movie, check it out.